Was fucking good, fam. What's good? Your boy been gone for 2 fucking years, really 3. I stopped uploading. I kinda I stopped being consistent in 2019. Why is my phone going off now? Okay, that's what it is. Alright. So alright, so 2018, that was the last year I was, like, consistent on YouTube, right? 2019, every now and then I drop like a video here and there, but I wasn't really uploading at all. I really wasn't even uploading in 2019. I think I did like 2, maybe 3 or 4 videos in 2019. I think that was about it. 2020, I did 1 live stream on the anniversary of like my YouTube channel on 420. Um, because yeah, I started my channel on 420 if y'all didn't fucking know that. Um, And no, I didn't plan that. I don't smoke or do anything like that. It just happened to start on 420. But yeah, I did a live stream April 20th of 2020. Pretty much updating y'all on what the fuck I had been up to and shit. So this is just another another fucking update really. So like where I've been, what I've been doing, and like my plans with like the channel and shit. Before I get into the plans with like the channel, I do have a music channel. I've been uploading hella music over it. I just dropped an album today, um, as of March 23rd, 2020. I don't know when the fuck y'all are watching this. If you're watching it after the stream has already ended and been out for a while or whatever the fuck. But yeah, I dropped an album today. I had been working on that since 2018. Um, I kind of wanted to drop it in 2019, but I was like, no, I'll just drop it 2020. And 2020 came, I didn't drop it. 2021, I was supposed to drop it on March 23rd last year. Um, that didn't fucking happen. Wasn't happy with the sound quality, and it was some other shit with the fucking songs. I was just like, I'm not, I'm not fucking with that. So waited another year and I dropped it today. So now it's out. Um, by the time y'all are watching this, it'll most likely be on all platforms. Um, it should be on all platforms by the time you're watching it. Right now, as a at the time of me streaming this right now, it's only on YouTube and SoundCloud. But by the time this stream is like up or like over or whatever the fuck, it should be on all platforms. Um, anyways, though, let's get into what the fuck I've been doing. Um, oh yeah, so I was talking about the music channel, but I also started a new channel. I don't have any videos over there yet. At the time of me streaming this right here, I might have a stream over there today or sometime soon. I don't know, but I kind of want to move over there. I'll get more into that later. But all right, so this is where the fuck I've been, okay, and what I've been doing. Okay, so if you don't know what the fuck happened between um 2019 and 2020, watch the stream like right before this stream. It'll probably be like the video right before this one. So let's say this stream right here, it goes up as a video, right? This is its own video, whatever the fuck. So go to the one right before this. I think it's called I'm Still Alive. I think that's what it's called. Um, but yeah, go to that one if you want updates for like 2019 to 2020. But from 2020 to 2022, this is what the fuck happened. All right. So I was living in a duplex there in North Carolina. I'm no longer in North Carolina. And I think in that stream I said by the following year I wanted to move out of state, or the following year I wanted to do it, right? I ended up doing it like the month after I did that stream. So this is what the fuck happened. All right, so I talked about the um the apartment that I was living in. It was a duplex. I'm not gonna get into what the fuck a duplex is if y'all don't know what the fuck it is. If you don't know what it is, go watch the fucking stream. Um, so I was living in a duplex. It was a 2 bedroom, 1 bath or whatever. Nice size or whatever. The sizing of it was okay. I was cool with the size of it, right? Um, but this is why I fucking left. Okay, so That apartment was run down as fuck. I did not mention that in the stream. It was run down as fuck, but I was like, "Fuck it, I need somewhere to stay," since I was homeless at the time, and I was like, "Fuck it, this is available. I can afford this, so this is what the fuck we're doing," right? So, nice size. It was a nice size apartment, had holes in the floor though. My windows in my bedroom had boards on them, like just wooden boards and shit. I have pictures on my phone. I can pull those up while I'm talking. Um, yeah, I had boards on my windows though in my bedroom. My bathroom, I don't think I have like a good picture of the window in there, but it was like a small window in my bathroom and it had a big ass hole in it as if somebody threw a rock through that shit. But when I moved in, there was like no rock inside the bathroom or nothing or a brick or anything. It was just a big ass hole in the window, but nobody threw anything in apparently, and there was no broken glass in there either. So I'm like, what the fuck happened to the window? Did they break it from the inside out? Did they throw a brick outside the window? Is that what the fuck happened? But I don't know. Even still, there would be some glass inside the. I'm not gonna get into that. But look, um, I think. Okay, there we go. It's hard to fucking hold on. I have to rotate it. There we go. That's a good picture. All right, so this is what my bedroom looked like, and it was cracks like under the doors too, like my front door, my back door, the side door, like to enter the apartment. It was like cracks under the door, so like bugs and shit was getting in. And then the holes in my floor, mice started getting in. So I had like mice in my house, and I was like, "Fuck that! No, we're not doing this shit." The real estate company. This is my bedroom, by the way. That was my bedroom. You see, it's got the wooden boards on the windows, and if you see under the door, you can see outside under the door. There's like a crack under there. But but yeah, that was my bedroom though. Um, and I'm gonna show you the kitchen. The kitchen. Okay, so the apartment did not come with a refrigerator or a stove or a microwave. It didn't come with anything. So this is my kitchen. You see, no refrigerator, no stove. There's a sink there. Um, But yeah, none of that. And the cabinet that you see on the wall over here on this side, those were the only like well, I don't want to say those were the only top cabinets that I had, but those like I think they only had like two doors up there, and then the rest of the cabinets was just open, no doors on it. So I couldn't like put stuff in it and close it. It's just straight open. But yeah, the apartment was really run down though. So it was like a lot of damage in the walls. It was like nails and shit. Floor had holes in it and like chunks of the floor was missing. Um, Not chunks to where like it just like center of the floor, boom, there's a hole. And when I say there were holes in my floor, the like the floor, but like in the corner, like the corners, some of the corners had like holes in them, like towards the wall and shit. So I guess that's how mice were getting in. Um, the first day that I saw a mouse, well, first night I came home from work. I don't know how fucking late it was, but I had already like had it with my fucking job, but it came home from work, saw a fucking mouse, I lost my shit. When I see mice, I turn into a whole bitch. Like I already don't fuck with like big ass like bugs, like roaches, like big ass roaches or huge spiders, like tarantulas. Fuck that. Or like millipedes. I fucking hate millipedes. I do not like them shits. They're fucking creepy and they're fast for no fucking reason. And they don't even like enter your house. They just spawn. They spawn in like a Minecraft mob. So yeah, those are like the three kind of like bugs I hate, right? But then like like mice and rats and shit, those I fucking hate. I can't like when I see one, I just turn into a whole bitch. Remind you, I'm like 6 foot deep ass voice, black dude, tattoos or whatever the fuck. I see a mouse or a rat, I turn into a whole bitch, dead ass. But saw one, turned into a whole bitch, and I'm like, nope, this is it. This is fucking it. I need to get out of I need to get out of here. I need to just move. And if you watch the last stream that I had did in 2020, and I was talking about everything before this, I think oh yeah, I had told y'all when I had moved in there. So I think I had moved in there March 7th. I moved out of there Um, the last day of May, so I think May 30th, May 31st. I can't remember if it's 31 days in May or not. I don't keep up with that shit. Um, I'm kind of dumb when it comes to like little stuff like that. Like which months have 31 days and which ones have 30. I'm like, why not just have them all be consistent so you can keep track of that shit? Um, but yeah, I moved out. Like I left the last day of May. So I saw the mouse like towards the end of May. So it was like towards like the middle end of May. That's when I saw it. And so it was like May like 20 something, I think. I think the 26th of May, that's when I decided, yep, I'm about to drop everything I have and just dip. Fuck this shit. So that's what I did. Um, I got off work one night. I think it was on the 26th. I had got off work and instead of like just going straight home, I worked at Pizza Hut at the time, right? So I clocked out. I just sat like in the lobby of Pizza Hut. I pulled out my phone and I applied for 16 jobs right there on the fucking spot, right? So applied for 16 jobs. The next day, I think one of them had like emailed me back, but it was kind of sketchy. It was like no interview, no questions about me, no background check. It was just like, hey, you can start Monday. Like, that's fucking sketchy. Don't do that shit. So I didn't take that one. Um, then the following day, two jobs hit me up. It was Domino's and Bojangles. Um, and they both wanted an interview with me, right? And this was in South Carolina. I lived in North Carolina, Rocky Mountain, North Carolina. That's the city that I'm from. Very shitty city. There's nothing to do there, and it's just ugly as fuck there. Like you go outside, it does not look beautiful at all. That or you'd be like, you know what? Let's go out and do something fun. There's nothing to do there. There's nothing. I think the most you can do is like go bowling or like do the skating rink, like roller skating, you know. Um Fuck, what else did they have? Um, hmm. I think there's a place you can go to play mini golf. They really don't have a lot of shit there. It's just if you want to get out of the house, most people, if they want to get out of the house, they just go out to eat. So a lot of people there are just fat. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna just come right out fucking with it. You feel me? Just big as shit. Or if they're not big as shit, they're getting there. Either that or they just have a high metabolism. Um, or some people actually work out, but you don't really see that a lot. Most people just sit at home out there. Anyways, though, I had two jobs lined up. You know, they had both hit me up, wanted interviews with me. I was like, shit, if I got the interview, I got the job because I know how I am, right? So, I think, yeah, I went to the what the fuck did I do? Yeah, I went to the. Did I go to the interview first? No, I think my yeah, so I went to my job because I think I did all these jobs like on a I had applied for all of them on the 26th. I think that was on a Tuesday. I can't remember. I'm trying to remember like the days of the week that it happened on. So I think it was Tuesday I applied for all the jobs. Wednesday um I got an email from one of them and I think it was Thursday they both hit me up. Like both of the other jobs hit me up. It was like, yeah, we want to interview with you. I had one for Bojangles the next day, which was on a Friday, and then the one for Domino's, um, I think it was like the following week. I think it was like on a Monday or a Tuesday or some shit. I think it was like that following Monday. So I went in Thursday before both of my interviews, and I went into my job, Pizza Hut, on that Thursday, and I told my boss, "Hey, yo, I want to go ahead and put in my 2 weeks notice." He was like, "All right, cool. What days do you want to work for the next 2 weeks?" I was like, "Oh, just don't schedule me." That's not a 2 week notice. That's really not. That's just, hey, I'm quitting. So, I put in my 2 weeks notice. Next day, I had an interview. So I got off work. That I had to work that day too. So I put in my 2 weeks notice the day that I had to work. Right. I put it in before my shift and then left and then came back to work my shift like later on that same day. Got off work that night, that Thursday, and instead of going home, I drove to South Carolina because that's where the job interviews were, right? So I drove to South Carolina Thursday after I got off work, and I had to work again the following day after that interview. So I drove down that Thursday night, got there like at 1 o'clock in the morning, Friday. My interview was like at 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. Did the interview. As soon as the interview was over, went back to North Carolina, worked my shift, and then I think I had to work the next day, worked that day, and that was my last day. That was my last day working there. So I worked that shift, drove back home. I didn't even go back in my house. Like during this whole week, this that I found out there was mice getting into my house. I was like, fuck this. I'm not going in the house anymore unless I actually have to, like during the daytime. I don't want to be in there at night because the freaks come out at night, you feel me? In other words, like the mice, the rats, you feel me? So I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna go in there at night. Fuck that. I'm gonna just go in during the daytime and start packing my shit and get everything in my car so that I can just leave when I'm done here. Here is in like North Carolina. So I started doing that shit. Yeah, I got off work that Friday night. Um, Went home, slept in my car. So that whole week I was just sleeping in my car. I didn't go in my house for shit unless it was like during the daytime and I was like packing my shit to leave. And the only thing I was really packing was clothes. I packed clothes, um, and I brought like pillows. That's all I had. Um, Clothes and pillows. Um, then Saturday, I think I had to. Yeah, Saturday. I got up that morning, packed the last of my shit. Um, and then I had a shift to work that day. Worked that Saturday. Went back home that night. Slept in my car again. And then I think that Sunday, I bought a little bit of groceries and I drove to South Carolina because I didn't have to work that Sunday. I drove to South Carolina, got there like in the afternoon, evening. Um, First thing I did was go to the beach because, like I said, Rocky Mount is not fucking beautiful. Like Rocky Mount, North Carolina is not pretty at all. So, first thing I did was go to the beach because I wanted to be somewhere nice, like nice weather, looked beautiful as fuck outside, had palm trees because we don't see palm trees where I come from. We don't see that shit unless you leave there and go somewhere else that has them. You don't fucking there ain't no damn palm trees there. You don't see that shit. And you're like, why palm trees? Because some shit's is fucking beautiful. When I see palm trees, the first thing I think is vacation or paradise. That's the first thing I think. Because we don't have that shit. We don't have that. Like, I come from a very ugly looking city. It does not look beautiful, especially the part where I was living in before I left. It was like downtown Rocky Mount, so that was like the most ghetto area. That was like the hood shit, which is not fucking safe. Rocky Mount already isn't safe. But I was in downtown Rocky Mount, which was even worse. Even though I wasn't that deep into downtown Rocky Mount, I was still in downtown. But anyways, got the got to South Carolina. I arrived in South Carolina with $13 in my bank account. I had no cash. I had no other accounts that had money in them. I just had $13 in one bank account. And I think I had like a quarter tank of gas or less. That's all I had when I arrived there, right? Remind you, I left my job at Pizza Hut. I left that, but I also left my apartment behind. So I ditched my apartment, my job. I left my family because pretty much all my family is in North Carolina, right? So I left all that shit behind over with nothing, and I'm gonna build my way up. Past, and this whole time I was living in my car, right? So I'm past. Oh yeah, by the way, I got both jobs, Domino's, Angles, right? But Domino's, I'd work that like 3 or 4 days out of the week, and then Bojangles, I'd work that like 5, maybe 6 days out of the week, sometimes 7. Um, so I was working 2 jobs while living in my car, broke as shit. Month and a half passed. I got my money like way the fuck up. My money was up. Um, so I went on and got an apartment. I was able to buy furniture and I was able to stock my fucking fridge. And then I think like a week or two later, I got into a car accident and I didn't have my car anymore. So they had to transfer me. I had quit Domino's because I didn't need that shit anymore. Bojangles, I had been doing so good there, they started giving me like raises and shit. Remind you, this is only a month and a half. Um, so I started getting raises there, and I was just doing Bojangles full time, right? And oh yeah, this is the way I was doing my shifts because I'm like, you're probably like, how you working 5, 6 days, sometimes seven at Bojangles, and then still working 3 or 4 at Domino's? How the fuck are you doing that? You don't have any time off. Exactly. I didn't. I worked 2 jobs so I wouldn't be bored. So I was working because I was bored. I was like, sitting, sitting and doing nothing. This is whack. I'm gonna work, just so I'll have something to do, because I was living in my car. Living in your car is boring as fuck. Um, well, it can be, and for me, it was. Because you can find like YouTubers and shit that live like in a van, like van life, or some people have like I don't know if I haven't seen like car life or living in a car. I haven't seen that, but pretty sure people do it. But I voluntarily decided to be homeless that time and live in my car. So I was homeless twice in 2020. I was homeless twice. Once because you can watch the last stream to find all that shit out. And then this time voluntarily. I was like, fuck I don't like how my life is going, so I'm gonna start over. So that's what I did. Um, so I started over, got all my money up. Oh yeah, this is how I was working my shifts though. So like 8 o'clock in the morning, I would have to be at Bojangles. So I'd work from like 8 in the morning to like 3 or 4 in the afternoon. Then I'd leave there and work at Pizza Hut from like not Pizza Hut, Domino's from 5 p.m. to like 11 p.m. sometimes later. And then after I get off there, I'd go to like this apartment complex to like park my car. And that's where I would sleep. I just like park at this apartment complex because they didn't have like designated like parking spaces for the people that live there and shit. So I was like, well, fuck it. I guess I'll just park here. So that's what I did. I parked there and I started sleeping in my car there like consistently, right? Um, so I park and then the next morning I just repeat 8 a.m. Bojangles and then 5 p.m. Domino's, get off at 11, sleep, and then repeat every day, 8 a.m. to 11 p.m., 2 jobs all day. Like I didn't have a lot of free time when I was doing that. And I didn't really want a lot of free time because I knew I was going to be bored because I was alone. I was by myself, which is depressing as fuck. Hella fucking depressing. So I was depressed through like all of this shit. But part of me was kind of like happy because I was doing something that I wanted to do. I was like, well, I left the shitty area that I didn't want to live in. Now I'm living somewhere where I want to live. Not in my car, but in a different state. And the part of South Carolina that I had originally went to was Myrtle Beach. Beautiful as fuck, right? By the time I got an apartment though, I got my apartment in Georgetown, South Carolina, which is like an hour some change away from Myrtle Beach, right? But I was working oh yeah, I was working Bojangles in Myrtle Beach. And then sometimes they had me helping other stores. So I think I helped one at Surfside Beach and I helped one at like North Myrtle. That's like North Myrtle Beach, right? So I was working at like 3 stores just for Bojangles, and then Domino's. I worked at one in Conway, and I worked at one in Socastee. So I was working in 5 cities while living in my car, um, which is kind of like some boss shit when you really think about it. Oh yeah, and I'm still drinking the coffee, the Dunkin' Donuts. sometimes. This like the I think today and then like a couple days ago, that was like the first time I've had Dunkin' Donuts in like this is since like last year. And I'll get into that reason a little bit later, along with like my plans for the channel and shit. Okay. So that's how I was working my shifts. And month and a half passed of me living in my car. Remind you, I arrived with $13 in my bank account and nothing else. And I think the only groceries that I bought so I could like survive before I like left for South Carolina was chips, bologna, and bread. That was all I bought. And I think I had bought some ravioli too, like the Chef Boyardee. I had bought some of that shit too, but I didn't eat that or the sandwich stuff. So I just ate chips for like a week, um, until I got my first paycheck. And once I started getting like paychecks consistently and stuff and tip money from like Domino's, because I was a delivery driver for them. Um, I was a cook at Bojangles and I was a delivery driver at Domino's. So I was getting that's how I was getting my money up so fast. So Bojangles, I was getting paid by the hour and weekly. Domino's, I was also getting paid by the hour and weekly, but it was like barely shit. Um, where I was really making money at Domino's was tip money. Because the area that I was delivering in, um, it was I don't want to say it was like a rich area. It kind of was though, kind of was. I was getting like $10 and $20 like tips just from like each delivery. Sometimes, usually it'd be like $5, like $5, $10 per delivery. Not every single delivery, but majority of them. So I was getting my money up, right? Doing that, um, obviously use the money to like buy more food and stuff, keep gas in my car, shit like that. Um, got my apartment though, like a month and a half later. Car accident happened like a week or two after I got the apartment. Couldn't make it to work anymore. Because remind you, I got my apartment, Georgetown, South Carolina. I was working like Myrtle Beach and Socastee, South Carolina. It was just like an hour away. I'm like, damn, if I don't have my car, how the fuck am I gonna get there? Right. So they had to transfer me. I had quit Domino's because I didn't need it anymore. Um, but Bojangles, I couldn't make it there anymore. So they had to transfer me to the store that was closer to me, right? Which was in Georgetown, South Carolina. And I didn't know moving there, like before moving there, that was also a shitty area, just like Rocky Mount, North Carolina. So I pretty much just put myself right back at square one. And I really wasn't even ready to get an apartment. Um, Someone in my family was pretty much just like on my ass, like, hey yo, you need to like get an apartment. You need to stop living in your car. So I got sick of that shit and I was like, okay, shut up. Fuck it. I'm gonna get an apartment. So that's what I did without doing any research on that city. Because usually when I move somewhere, I like to do research on that city first. I like to research that whole area, look into it, know how safe it is, where everything is located, I don't know what the job opportunities are like out there, cost of living, all that shit. Um, yeah, but that was a shitty area that I was living in, and I was stuck at a shitty store because they had to like transfer me to a store closer to me, right? So the store they transferred me to, it was very shitty. Had to deal with like a lot of disrespect and uncomfortable stuff. I can get into that like a whole nother time. I'll say that for like another stream or video or whatever the fuck. Um, I might even do like story time videos or some shit. But yeah, I'll say that for whatever. 4 months passed. Remind you, I was in a car accident, so my car was totaled. I didn't even have a car anymore. Um, and when they transferred me to this new store, I had to walk there every day because it was like down the street from where I lived, but it was 4 miles down the street. So it was 4 miles to get to work and then 4 miles back. So I was doing that every day, 4 days a week for 4 months straight. So that's, you know, 4 miles there, 4 miles back, that's 8 miles. 8 times 4, because 4 days out of the week, that's 24. 24 times 4, what is that, 154? Is that 154? I done forgot the fucking math. I know for, like, 4 months, it was, like, over 500 miles. Over 500 miles of walking every day, and I started at the beginning of August doing all that walking. I didn't stop until the beginning of December. Um, so it was hot when I first started doing it, but the longer and longer I was working at that shitty store, it started like the weather started changing. So then it started getting cold as fuck. So it